Okay.
Yeah. Croeso, welcome to TAFAD Tan. TAFAD Tan, I'm here, we are here, and we have a guest today. Well, first of all, I'd like to introduce you to my sparring partner, the daddy, Dam Dada, Flap Sandwich.
Borda.
Croeso, and I'd like to also introduce you to, you will definitely feel it in your bones. Please welcome Martin Jones.
Borda.
In Cornish, Metanda is Borda. Metanda.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the Cornish flag had something to do with Wales, which is black with a yellow line going across, and then another one going across the middle.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about it.
I know nothing. I'm not gonna lie.
Stick to the music.
I was like, where are we going with this?
Wherever it goes. Yeah. Wherever it goes.
So, Martin, can I ask, where do you come from originally? What's your story and how are you in Cardiff?
Your origins.
Here in Peninsula, North Wales, Nevin, small village, like 2,000 people.
Nevin?
Yeah, Nevin. Where Duffy's from, you know Duffy?
Oh, Duffy, yeah.
Yeah, she's from there too.
Right.
Yeah, I just moved. The reason I'm in Cardiff is to, I've been here on and off, but I came back when I was 27, 4 years ago, well, 3.5 years ago now, to start busking and to start my career as a musician, as a solo artist. So I was kind of late starting, but yeah, that's why I'm here.
Busking. Excellent.
Busking, yeah. That's the main reason.
Nice, man. And what does Nevin mean? Is it
Nevin?
Nevin.
Nevin.
Does it translate to anything?
I don't think so, no. Nevin.
Anything?
Probably does, but it's just the name.
Yeah. Are you a fluent Welsh speaker?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
So prior to the 3.5 years of committing to your music, what were you doing before?
Well, I went travelling when I was 19. I went to Australia for 3 years.
Oh.
Well, 2 years. And then I went to New Zealand for a year. I came back and I came to Cardiff then when I was 22 to start a band with my friend. We did that for 3 years, Trouble in Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah, that was the band. But we were cancelling too many gigs because one couldn't make it. And I was like, this is boring now. So when I was 25, I picked up the guitar. I moved to North Wales to learn it. And then I came back when I was 27. I've been doing all sorts. I'm a qualified carpenter. Been doing everything, just traveling around, mooching around, living.
So do you enjoy traveling?
I love it. I'm hooked on it. I'm getting a camper van actually. That's my next thing, is to get a camper van in or Sprinter and convert to myself around March. Then I'll live in that then and just travel Europe and UK busking.
Well, how did you find it in Australia?
Loved it. But I was there for the party. You know, I was 19. I'm not going to lie. It was nothing to do with the culture. It was nothing to do with traveling. It was like, bring it on. You know how you are when you're 19 and wild. And that was me anyway.
How many hours does it take to get there? It's a long one, isn't it? Is it 26 hours?
Yeah, but on the way you gain a day, like George Ezra says. We're in one of his lyrics for the song. But yeah, it's 24 hours, I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
So you say you picked the guitar up when you were 27?
25.
25, sorry. And before that, you were in a band?
Yeah,
What
but
were
I
you
was
playing?
not just singing.
Oh, you're singing, right? I see.
Writing the melodies and the lyrics.
Oh,
And then
nice.
my friend, which is a phenomenal musician, he would do basically the guitar and the production, and he would compose it. And
Oh,
we would
nice.
do it together, kind of thing.
Oh, brilliant.
But it was just too hard to keep together. Like bands are like that.
Yeah.
Everybody have to have the same passion. And if you haven't,
Yeah.
you have no chance. So
It's like
Yeah.
you're pulling in different directions.
yeah, exactly.
That can be so heartbreaking in many aspects. Isn't it?
Yeah, because you don't know, you might be on the cusp of making it, you know, like big style. And for me, like now, like for me, I've made it, you know, I'm living off it. I'm living the dream. I don't care if I don't go any higher. I aim for the higher, you know, and set targets.
What is higher? This is the thing about,
Exactly,
you know, success in it, or success is different to different people, you know,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
So what do people class as making it?
Well, obviously radio play, lots of money, touring with big bands, touring to thousands of people. That's in their head. But when you actually do it yourself and you realize, like, actually, I've already made it. You know, when people ask me, like, oh, you haven't made it yet. I was like, I made it 3 years ago when I quit my job and busking, you know, and I can go for a beer on the break. You know, I'm making decent money. I'm meeting people. I'm changing people's day. You know, the list goes on.
Nice.
I made it, you know?
Yeah, so, yeah, because if you, like, made it as a, you know, as they say, a band makes it, they travel, which you already do.
Yeah.
They make money, which you already do. They meet people, which you already do. So, yeah, making it is up to interpretation, really, on a certain aspect.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you're getting a couple of meals a day.
Yeah.
Coffee there for you, buddy.
And yesterday was quite interesting, actually. I was busking and some girl came over and she was absolutely stunning. And she dropped a piece of paper in. I was like, oh, here we go. You know, I was hoping it was a number. I was trying to look and it was like, she's written something. And it was a number. And that was kind of like, this is better than any money going into my case, you know.
Did you sugar? One
Oh, nice one.
oh, no, I have to get you some.
Oh, so it's all right. I'll drink it like this.
It's great when people appreciate what you're doing as well. Because
Yeah,
I've been walking
definitely,
down Queen Street and it's been like, you know,
yeah.
I'm just going to go shopping, go and buy some mouthwash and toilet paper. And I've heard this phenomenal, high-pitched as well, voice. And you hit certain notes that just makes heads turn as well.
I'm pouring my heart out on the street, singing sad songs that I've written about. It's weird because I'm quite an upbeat person and positive, but I can only write. Not only write, but I write better. They flow better when I mean it, you know. And it's kind of, it just pours out. The lyrics just come out, and it's weird. I just find it much easier to write sad songs. I don't find them sad, but some people might do. But I try and write sad songs in an upbeat tempo now.
Right.
So, and happy melodies for the sad lyrics. So there's a fine balance. But I've only learned that recently. So my second album will be much more polished and much more worked on, because I'm only starting, really. You know, I'm only figuring it out myself. But yeah, changing people's day, people laughing, crying, kids dancing. I love it. Yeah. I'm obsessed with it. I am absolutely, and if I can do this for the next 30, 40 years, then I'm happy.
Nice, man. Excellent.
Excellent.
And do you play a mixture of covers and your own stuff on the street, or just your own stuff?
To start off, it was just my own stuff. And I've been doing, you know, I'm still live 3 years later doing it. But I've recently turned towards, I would say, 50% covers and 50% originals. And it's because I've learned, I don't have to learn the covers that you think that would, you know, make you money, like Oasis and stuff like that. But just do songs that you really enjoy and listen to, and then get lost in that song, you know, because you like it. Not just doing it for the public, but doing it for yourself. And then you'll get lost in it, you know, and then the public will enjoy it because you're lost in it.
Nice. So
I enjoy, to be honest, I do enjoy doing covers more now than I did at the start.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And do you tend to choose sad covers or upbeat covers?
Well, I listen to sad music, so yeah. A lot of them would be, but no, I do a few upbeat, you know, what's that? Riptide.
I don't know.
What's he? Vance Joy's and like that. He's got and there's a few upbeat. Candy, Paolo Nutini. That's quite upbeat. Oh yeah. But there's a lot of I do James Bay, Lewis Capaldi. It is very emotional stuff. Yeah. You know, it's what I listen to. I write what I listen to, kind of thing. You're probably inspired by what you listen to, because when I write in Welsh, which is interesting, it's upbeat. It's about going to the pub for a pint, not about someone ripping my heart out.
Interesting.
So, because I listened to that all my life. I listened to Hughes and Doyle. You know, they're like they my favourite Welsh band. You know, and the majority of the Welsh music I listen to, and I listen to a lot of Welsh music, is upbeat, and it's that happy kind of going for a pint, and you know, I don't care that you've broken my heart. I'll be in the pub. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm all right. But it's the opposite. You know, in English, like, I'm writing you a letter, please come back, you know? So it's strange, like, so I think it is just inspiring, isn't it? Like, inspired by other people, I guess.
Yeah. And have you tested out any of the Welsh language stuff on the street?
Yeah.
You have?
It goes down well, yeah. Because people are like, oh, And then, there's a lot of Welsh speakers. The Welsh language is actually growing now. There's more Welsh schools in Cardiff than there's never been, so it is actually growing as a language, which is brilliant.
It is good, yeah,
it's
definitely.
Brilliant.
I didn't even have the choice of taking Welsh when I grew up. It wasn't even an option for all my life.
It's everywhere now, man.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Could you do us one of your favourite Welsh songs so we can do it?
I can sing you my original Welsh song.
That'd be awesome. Is that right? Yeah. I might have to just mess about with the levels. So yeah.
What are we actually live on now?
We're on live on YouTube Live.
All right.
And it will upload as a normal video at the end.
Okay.
Got a few people in the chat, so I'll read them after you.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's all good. Right. So this song.
Martin Jones.
Should I just test it?
Yeah, go on.
The Martin Jones.
Sounds great. Do you voice a little bit?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
So this song's called Trio Welty. Oh, 2 seconds, wait.
Trio Welty, Cymraeg by Martin Jones. Feel it in your bones.
Gyrsi adra hanner awr ag I 5. I'm actually doing it wrong. Sorry, guys.
Take your time, buddy.
Gyrsi adra hanner awr ag I 5. Oh, no, I know. Wait. I'm actually going to start with an English song and I'll jump back into that. It's not in there. Right, anyway, this song's called If Only I. I know this one off by heart.
Let's go.
If only I feel it in your bones. By the one and only Martin Jones, our engineer, mixer, is Flap Sandwich. Booyah.
If only I could make you see how I feel inside me. I'll fix my soul, bring down my walls, swallow my pride to make it mine. And I promise you this with more than a kiss. No one will love you like I do. And I promise you this with more than a kiss. No one will love you like I do. If you love someone, not just anyone, you give them your own. You give them your own. So don't give up on me. Your heart is all I need. Running in circles, running in circles. So don't give up on me. Your heart is all I need. Running in circles, running in circles. If only I could make you stay for a while, just for a while. From beneath your skin to the simple things, like your long brown hair, to the way you stare. And I promise you this with more than a kiss. No one will love you like I do. And I promise you this with more than a kiss. No one will love you like I do. If you love someone, not just anyone, you give him your own. You give him your own. So don't give up on me. Your heart is all I need. Running in circles, running in circles. So don't give up on me. Your heart is all I need. Running in circles, running in circles. don't give up on me. Your heart is all I need, running in circles, struggling to breathe. So don't give up on me. Something like that.
Sounds great.
Donna Clowing crew and Donna Clowing.
Sounds brilliant. And is that song on the album?
No, that's a
isn't.
new song
That's a
actually.
new
Yeah. Well, I wrote that around last Christmas actually, but I just really enjoy it, and it seems to be going down really well.
It's a really nice track.
So,
is it about somebody in particular?
That's, do you know, actually, it's not. No, it's kind of like a mixture of this feeling that I had after it was actually not a good relationship. That one ended, didn't end well. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, maybe there's a part of it that comes from that, and then there's another part that comes from another relationship.
So it's like tuning into a feeling.
Yeah, it's just a feeling from, it's not about someone in particular, but a feeling from just, it sounds bad, doesn't it? But it's like from two different relationships. But if you know what I'm saying, that's it. That's the truth, But yeah.
It's a nice song.
Very nice song, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have to be a bit closer if that's right.
Yeah. So your inspirations?
My inspiration, as from other songwriters, bands, or
could I ask if you're into, obviously the obvious one would be Radiohead as sad music goes.
Yeah, I love Radiohead. Yeah.
And do you often play that in the street, or is it a bit too sad?
No, it's not too sad at all. But no, I don't play it. I used to right at the start maybe play Creep, but I can't remember that one now. I was right at the start. But yeah, there's so many artists that I'm inspired by so many. Like the list goes on. Not really, no. Kings of Leon.
Yeah, I can hear Kings of Leon influence there.
Stereophonics, James Bay, Paolo Nutini, Lewis Capaldi, Ben Howard, Ed Sheeran in the songwriting sense. I think he's phenomenal. Like, he's got a range. He can write for anyone, and you can't really diss him. Oh yeah, Ed Sheeran, man. He's written songs for every artist almost on the charts. Not every, but he wrote Westlife's new album.
Did he? Oh, yeah,
80% of it. Not any artist can do that.
Yeah,
he's a phenomenal songwriter, and he's not only written top 40 #1 songs, for One Direction. The list goes on. That's not easy to do that. We just give him credit, for the songwriting side. Phenomenal.
Super success, really, isn't it? I mean, was there some story about him stealing a track from some guy in Newport? Did you ever come across that story?
Newport?
Yeah, it was like an unknown guy making music in his bedroom, and no,
I haven't heard this one.
I might have it wrong. We'll have to look it up. We'll Google it.
Yeah. Don't say too much. Your life.
Could be wrong on that one.
Snatch and grab.
But that would be interesting. He's been Marvin Gaye, I think, took him to court.
Oh, really?
Thinking Out Loud, wasn't it? I think so.
Yeah.
And he's been 3 times, and Shape of You by, it sounds like Scrub. I don't want nobody else. I'm in love with the shape of you.
Yeah.
And then he admitted that he did
I can
take
see the
that part.
I've never thought.
It's exactly the same.
Wow.
So, but then he said that it was intentional,
He purposely nicked it.
And maybe he told them, I don't know, and then someone picked it up, like, they sound exactly the same. And he's like, well, yeah, that's where I got the idea from.
Right.
And Photograph, someone else put him to court, some guy from X Factor.
Okay.
He actually lost that case, I think.
Yeah.
But then again, I've written songs, I'm like, this is brilliant. And I show it to a friend, and they're like, that's a Beatles song. Like, oh, right. It's just easily done, It's not like you're trying to.
No.
It's just a melody and the same rhythm, and then it just sounds the same as it. You haven't tried to, have you?
No, it's your influences, isn't it, coming through?
You go to bed and wake up and this melody's in your head, and it's like, oh, it feels good, and it's that one, and you go on it, and then later on you realise someone says, oh, that sounds similar to such and such a tune. Yeah. And you go, oh.
And then you hear it when someone points it out, and then you can't unhear it.
That's it.
And you're like, all right, that's not my song.
Yeah. I suppose we're all pulling ideas from the same place, though, aren't we? Really, it's only so much we can do, isn't it?
Yeah, I've written melodies in my dreams a lot.
Have you?
Yeah, I did the other day actually. I just woke up, forgot I recorded on my phone, But it's happened about 5 times.
No way. That's
Yeah.
like Paul McCartney shit, isn't it? Didn't he write
Yeah.
Yesterday that way? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. It was actually that song.
Wow.
It's just, but I find it very strange to write a melody, wake up at that time, and then to record it down. I think that's some shit from the universe. You know,
Gotta be, isn't it?
Here's your hit, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hand delivered by God. Like.
You don't know, do you? You know,
Yeah.
by the chords.
Yeah, because
You have no idea, man.
when you sleep, yeah, your mind is sorting everything out, isn't it? And it's like, yeah, it will bring things together.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can come out of sleep and just write a full tune.
Yeah, I suppose your thinking is out of the way, isn't it? You're tapping into the sort of like universe or whatever. And when you wake up, then is that melody like fully formed? Is it ready to record?
A clip of it, and then you can bounce off that. Then you know what I mean. So just a simple lyric and a nice melody. Then you just work from that. Then
Yeah,
it's
you've got
obviously
the
the whole
basis.
song's not there.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? You're writing a full song, you know. But it's just the melody idea. But it's so nice. You can bounce a whole song off it. You'll inspire from that little.
I've woken up and written a full song, right? Just woken up, written a full song, and then gone back to sleep, and then woke up, looked at the lyrics, and it don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
at the time, it sounded really good,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I found it came back to me. The melody, without the melody, sometimes the lyrics have no meaning.
No, they don't.
And
No.
as soon as the melody goes in,
It works, doesn't
it
it?
works, yeah.
Yeah, because some lyrics don't make sense in songs, do they?
No.
They're like, you have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But you connect somehow, you know, and then you look at lyrics and like, what the fuck, you know, what are these on about?
Precisely. Like that one from, way back, it was on one of the Top of the Pops albums, and it used to go, Ochi Kakao, Coco, Ochi Kakao, Coco, wait for it, Coco, Ochi Kakao. And that's all of a saying.
It makes perfect sense to me. Then.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he could go.
And another one I remembered as well was a French one. It was on Top of the Pops album. It's strange. I think it went to #1 at the time. And it was Chanson d'amour, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta, son d'amour. And I remember
Sounds good to me.
You gonna play us another song?
I'll try and remember that Welsh song, yeah?
Yeah, but anything in the Welsh language could be interesting for us.
Because this is the one. I've got a few written all over the place, but this is the one that.
Shall
Oh yeah. Gersi atra, anara di bin, kuru hori yang hovyo, arate ka anoda, dertin disco vina, istatra sekidakra, dertin disco vina. Pinta tama na medvi and we're until you Need to work on this song, to be honest, but through the cruise on a day geskreg gaan je te through Illinois op bed in discovine está trans da kra bed in discovine Pinta tavana met you weer een trio Een haria pagje trio Something like that. It needs working, to be honest. But, but you can see the difference, you know, in the English and the that's more like a B, and that part goes la 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 la. Typical Welsh, kind of, you know, like that.
And that is your track, is that?
This is mine, yeah.
It's a beautiful track.
Yeah.
So it's funny how you just like, depending on what language you're using, you just go into a different mode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that just your influences doing that?
I think so. I only thought that the other day, actually. I was like, why do I write so differently? But I've got this Welsh. I'm Finnish it, but it's about my grandfather. But I can sing the first part.
Yeah, give us a little bit.
Because it's not finished. Tai Bachni Kipana Gulti Gwen and Will Shata Glass Belmore O Tai Bachni So something like that.
Very nice.
But that's more chilled, and so I'm going to release two of them together actually next year, and it's going to be my first song to release, and we're going to do it through my mate's record label, Itishido. So Itishido. I told you so. I think that means When
you say your first song you're releasing,
Welsh.
Oh, Welsh. I see. Right.
Yeah.
And is there any? So there's no Welsh songs on this album?
No. These two, the one I just, it's almost there. Just need to go finish and
work in progress.
Yeah, just like.
Nice.
But the idea is pretty much there.
Yeah.
Exclusive on TAFAD Time. Feel it in your bones. We have the one and only exclusive Martin Jones.
Nice. And could you tell us a bit more about this album and maybe what it's about, what's on there, where people can get it and listen to it?
Well, that's my first album, and it's got 16 tracks, and basically it's about my about my life, about my friends one friend that I lost about 4 years ago. The song's called Heal. That is about him after I visited him in hospital. And I went back and I wrote the song in the hope that he'd be okay. Unfortunately, he wasn't. The song's about my mum there. She's still alive, but she's my best friend. Relationships, good and bad. I've got a song called Echo there, which is my favourite song, I think. And I always think of my hometown and my mum when I sing that. And I don't know why, but I wrote that in about 20 minutes before going busking once. But yeah, it's just my first album actually, and it's just a collection of songs, and it's quite a big album, 16 tracks long.
Yeah.
And my next album, I'm going to take more time, and that's there now. I needed something to sell while I was busking, and I just needed something out there. I didn't really care of obviously. I did care a little bit, but it wasn't about let's get this album huge. I just wanted something to
get going.
Yeah, to travel around and share it. And while I'm on, because I'm selling quite a bit of them, they go quite fast busking.
Brilliant.
You would never think, but they fly out.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So you're earning a good enough wage to live on then, as if you would have a job, yeah?
Oh yeah, without
Fantastic.
a doubt. But I would say the more I earn more from the tips, but I do sell a lot of them too.
Brilliant.
It just adds,
Could I just ask you as well? You mentioned just now a song that you knocked together in 20 minutes before you went busking.
Echo, yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit more of that song and how it was so quick and what it does for you, how much you like it? Are you happy with the result for something so quick?
Yeah, it's strange actually. I was going through my phone and I'll just sing you the chorus.
Sure.
So I was going through my phone and I came across this. Are you really there, my dear? Are you with me? Your echo goes through me. Basically.
Nice.
And that's all I was on the phone. I was like, that's nice.
So it's a little idea that you had laid down previously.
And I wrote this idea. I was going through Instagram actually, and it was just on there. I was like, "What's this?" I completely forgot about it. And I think that must have been about 5 years ago where I had this idea. And then about 2 years ago, I was going through my Instagram and I picked it up before going busking. I was like, "This is actually really nice," but I couldn't figure out the chords. But I was like, "I'll make some new ones," and that's all. Basically, that's all. It's all the way through like that. And the verses are, "Maybe I should have told you I was feeling low, that I just don't know." And yeah, so basically just put it all together, 20 minutes. I went out that day, I busked it, and I was like, "This is a fucking good song."
Nice.
You know, this is a good song. And it was just like that. Yeah. No thinking, it was easy, just like boom. I'm not saying the chorus was there already. So I bounced off the chorus. But yeah, it's one of them. It was like, ooh.
Yeah. Flowed, just flowing.
Yeah, it's a nice song. And it's just,
yeah,
and it's still my favorite on the album. And it's like, I don't know where it came from. You know, it's like, I don't know what it's about really. I don't know.
Nice.
I just worked it together, yeah.
Yeah, it's often the way, isn't it? These classics are often written very quickly, aren't they? It's like you're tuning into something
like that
and being handed the song by something else.
A lot of bands are like that, yeah.
Yeah, but you said earlier you'd like to spend more time on your new album. I mean, was that a good idea? Because maybe these quick ones might be...
Yeah, no, not in sense of spending more time on writing the songs. I'll write a song either in 5 minutes or a month. You know, what I'm saying is... there's no rush now, you know. That's there. I'm going to release 2 singles next year, a Welsh song. I'm going to release. I've got this thing. I've been working on like a DJ called Duxie. So I've created the DJ. So it's going to be like an Avicii, but Duxie.
Okay.
Duxie featured Martin Jones, a track I wrote last year in Germany with some other songwriters.
So that's like techno-y then, is it?
That's big dancey. It's like Avicii.
Oh, I like
so there's DJs like that. But I'll sing you a snippet of the actual acoustic version. But that's another thing. And then next year, 2022, I'll release some singles. Then I'll look into 2023 for another album. And there'll be something a bit more solid, 10 tracks. You know, thought about maybe I'll write with other songwriters. I'll work with other producers. It'll just have more, you know, more time and just kind of like maybe that will be the one, you know, to open some doors. More thinking, more
production sort of work.
Just taking it easy and kind of like, right, let's do this right, you know.
Because you've got flavors.
Everyone's
got flavors, and different flavors.
A taste to what works, you know. I've like other tracks on there now. I know which tracks work, and but this is the song called Remedy. I'll just do like half of it. But it's weird, like the actual finished production. Obviously, it's huge.
Well, like full on dance music.
Dance music, This will be played, and you could hear it in festivals, clubs.
Is there a guitar lick in it, or is it just your vocal?
There's a little bit of guitar in it, yeah. But these guys that produced it, I technically wrote it. Oh, they gave me a hand with some timing and some melody changes to the track while I was there, but they produced it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of 50-50 because they created this dance, you know, and I just wrote it like this. But anyway, these guys did quite well. You know, these are big names in Germany. Like,
and what's their names? These producers, are they?
What's their stage name? Julius and Sparks.
Julius and Sparks.
They do quite well, but they don't want to get their name on this track. They're they just produced it
like a side project, underground.
Something completely different.
Yeah,
and I'm taking it. I thought of like, right, I'm going to create a DJ.
I see. That's the
Duxie, and this is funny. This is after a local legend. Right, this name. I was like, I'm going to name a DJ after him. Yeah, he's a legend. And if this goes viral, man, I'll have to buy him a few pints.
Can you tell us a little bit about Duxie, or is that keeping it?
Yeah, I'm going to keep that for now.
Okay, no worries.
But anyway, this song's called Remedy. I'll do acoustic version. And I've been counting on time to heal this heart of mine. I'm drowning in your mind. You took me by surprise, and all this pain is running through my veins. Only you can make it fade away. And all this pain is running through my veins. Maybe you can be my remedy. my remedy, my remedy, my remedy. Baby, you can be my remedy. So it gives you an idea. So imagine when it goes, my remedy, it's like production is so different. But I will release an acoustic version too. And I'm really excited about this, to be honest. I've had this good feeling, you know. Yeah. And if this goes viral, I'll just sell the name and I'm done then. I'm gonna retire with a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere.
Good to have a plan, man. Yeah. Good to have a plan. I'm just gonna read a few things from the chat. So we have in the chat. Shall I take that? We have Ivan in the chat says, TAFAD Tan, more like TAFAD Man. Don't know what that means. Hello to Ivan. Finbar says, good afternoon, good morning, Wales. What time are you doing the weather forecast and the horse racing? Do you want to do some weather and horse racing?
Yeah. Well, to the horse racing, you're in tune to the winner. Yeah, this is TAFAD Tan. Yeah. And to the weather forecasting, it's quite nippy, but it's fresh.
It's lovely today, man.
And yeah, it's a nice day. A little chill in the air, but it's bit of sun, nice sky, and we can see the mounds over there. And it's nice.
That's the Rastafarian Michael Fish there. Also, Ivan said, "Is this Ed Sheeran or what?"
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And Wheat says... With a wig. Wheat says, we'll be watching this after it's ended. Thumbs up. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. We got about 5 minutes left before the battery pops. Is there anything else you want to touch on, Lynch, with Martin, our guest, or any other business?
Yeah. So, Martin, your songs have all different flavors. Yeah. You've been doing it for a while, and are you comfortable in your own skin, and do you enjoy what you're doing?
Oh man, yeah, I'm almost deluded. You know what I mean? I fully believe myself. I never doubt myself, not even for 1 second. And I think that's a good thing that I've got, because that's given me time to actually work on my craft, you know, and like get it to a decent level, you know. You just don't know. Work hard, stay focused, and believe in yourself. I think that's the main thing, you know. I don't care what other people think of me. You know, I'm focused on myself, and that's up to you.
Have you always had that, or is it something you've
always been like this? Nice. Yeah, always been. In the sense of music, you know, maybe I was a bit self-aware when I was, you know, when you're younger, you're not kind of in your own skin, aren't you? I wasn't anyway. Maybe I put this front on, but music, no. I'm lost in it, man. I'm just lost in it. I'm so focused on my aims and my goals, and you know,
nice. Because I've heard you in the street and that, you know, like going on Queen Street, you brought a lot of joy to many people's hearts, and as well, you know, you get into this zone. I can see, you know, you get into this zone, and it just comes out. Yeah. Spirit comes out of you, and it's like, so it is transcendental, isn't it? Yeah. You know?
Lost in the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone actually came up to me the other day, and they're like, it's like you're playing in your bedroom, man. You know, because it is. I'm like this, you know, like closing my eyes and I'm pulling faces, and I'm just completely lost in it. And it was a good thing. It was like, it's like you're playing in your bedroom, but that's when I'm sitting down. When I stand up, it's a different performance. Because now I try and do half and half. But when I stand up, I'm more kind of eye contact with the audience, and I enjoy both. And it's kind of like that you have this, you know, you're checking the girls out, you know what I mean, and looking to see who's looking, and you know, feed my ego, you know. But when when I'm sitting down, I'm just completely lost. I'm more focused on my playing rather than. You know, I think 90% of the time I do sit down, but it's nice to stand up and, you know, have a look around and be cheeky and, you know, but I don't know, I enjoy sitting down and getting lost in the music, to be honest. It's more about the music for me, but it's good to have a laugh, isn't it, you know?
Yeah. And what's your thoughts on the state of music in Wales in general? Do you think the scene is happening, or in Cardiff, is it happening?
It was for this COVID came
Yeah.
along. Yeah, it was nice seeing, man. You've got so many good venues here, haven't you? The Moon, North Star, you know, the list goes on. You know, it's brilliant. I thought brilliant seeing Club Bach. One of the places that you want to play, isn't it? It's on the list, you know, for not just only for the Welsh musicians, but for UK in general.
Yeah.
Quite a big venue. No, I thought the music scene was brilliant. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You had something almost every night, you know, if it was from an open mic to a gig, something.
Just hopefully it comes back now, innit?
Oh, I hope so, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it'll struggle.
Yeah.
But I think the power of people will be like, come on. You know,
Come on, let's put it all together.
but Buskin's still alive.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how they haven't stopped that, but let's hope they don't.
Okay, so we're going to have to wrap up in a minute. So, Martin Jones, Mixed Emotions, where can people listen to this or buy it?
Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, or you can message myself if you want a signed copy, for £10.
Just £10. Fantastic. Lynn, shall I give you the closing words, Mix? We've got to have to wrap up before we die.
Yeah, these are the closing words. Keep your underpants off your face. Yeah. Be yourself, because you can't be anyone else but yourself. Yeah, and evolve that self like Martin Jones has. Feel it in your bones. From me, Flap Sandwich, myself, I'm TAFAD Tan, not TAFAD Man. TAFAD Tan, tongue of fire.
Do you want to play us out a little bit?
Iechida.
Yeah.
Martin Jones.
So empty for so long. All I needed was closure. I can finally move on instead of pulling in closer. 'Cause every part of me still wants you, but every piece of me is still bleeding. And I don't wanna be loved by you anymore. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. And I don't wanna be close to you anymore. I'm moving on, I'm moving on.
Moving on. Oil.
Yeah, we are moving on.